This is an instructional video for basic karate hand techniques. We're going to be reviewing back fist, middle punch, ridge hand, and straight knife. Let's start with stance, guys. That's where karate always begins. We're going to be executing these techniques from our forward karate stance. I always ask that you self-evaluate what you do, correct, and work towards perfection, okay? So first thing I want you to do is objectify that stance. Make sure you are staggered towards the opponent, toes lined up, knees bent, past your toes, hips up, and hands up. After stance, let's talk target. Let's start with back fist. The target for a back fist is going to be the side of the head guard or the temple in a self-defense situation. Let's move on to weapon. The weapon is going to be the back knuckle of your front arm, of its fist. This is a speed technique. Speed is distance divided by time. Because this front arm, because that fist has less distance to travel, we're going to be using it for this technique. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So this is going to start linear, and only at the end of the technique is it going to snap over into the target. All right, so it's going to go out, real close over, snap over and back. It's a snapping technique. Snap. I want you to be cautious to protect your elbow. Let's not hyperextend, however, let's extend. So if you start to feel it in the elbow, well, that's a sign of overdoing it a little bit. All right, so a great way to practice is just by flicking it straight out. And then right at the end, just try and give it that little snap at the end. Think about snapping a towel, snapping a rope. Let's go ahead and move on to middle punch. Let's go to target. Target for the middle punch in sparring is going to be anywhere on the chest guard. For self-defense, it's going to be the solar plexus, right underneath the sternum. Beneath the solar plexus are the diaphragm, which controls the lungs. All right, so striking there can knock the wind out of someone. The weapon is going to be our back arm, guys. This is a power technique. Power is force, which is mass times acceleration. So we're going to have to use our back arm to put the mass of our body, the hip and shoulder into it. And we're going to have to pivot to allow for some acceleration here. Back arm's going to be doing the technique. First thing we want to do is we want to line it up. We want to avoid doing the whack-a-mole. So we want to drop and line the weapon up. The fist is going to remain up and down. You're then going to launch the weapon out and then pivot at that impact point. Please be cautious not to over pivot. I don't want you to pivot onto your pinky toe. I want you to stay on the ball of the big toe. And I want you to try and get your shoulders through it. Let's not just punch with our shoulders and hips square to the target. Let's punch them through the target. And let's keep our arm bent to avoid a deflection angle of the weapon, wrist, and elbow. Keep it nice and lined up. All right, so you line it up, throw it out, pivot, and then pull it right back. It goes, "Aya! Aya!" Let's move on to ridge hand. Let's start with target. Ridge hand can score in sparring anywhere, body or head guard. In self-defense, it's going to be side of the neck, it's going to be the jaw, it's going to be the temple, bridge of the nose, pretty much any target you can hit. Let's go to weapon. The weapon is going to be the side of your number one knuckle. You're going to keep your fingers cupped, or excuse me, fingers together, thumb tucked, and at extension, when you hit the target, I need elbow bent slightly down, just a slight bend down. This is not going to be a completely circular technique. Right, it's going to be linear at the start and then circular at the end. We're going to be doing a backhand ridge hand, so it's going to start like a high punch that misses. Then we're going to lock the structure of our body down by flexing our chest, shoulder, bicep. Then we're going to pivot through the target, and then we're going to pull it straight back. All right, so it goes out, lock it down, through with your pivot, and then right back. It goes, "Aya! Aya!" Last is going to be straight knife. Target for the straight knife is going to be the collarbone. Guys, this is strictly for self-defense. We don't use this in sparring. It's going to go to the collarbone, the clavicle. You're going to use your hand straight up and down, the knife edge with fingers together, thumb on the side. From your forward karate stance, you're going to guide the weapon out to the clavicle and as close to impact as you can, "Aya!" Pivot through it. All right, just like the middle punch, let's not overdo the pivot here. Let's stay on the ball of the big toe. Let's avoid getting onto the pinky toe, but let's get our shoulders through it. Let's keep our elbow down. Recognize that this is a very close distance weapon. All right, so there is a quick review, quick tutorial on your basic karate hand techniques. Thank you very much. Boys.